We're joined today by Thea Singer, author of Stress Less, the new science that shows women how to rejuvenate the body and the mind. Thanks for being here today, Thea. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So it probably comes to no surprise to anyone that excessive amounts of stress can be detrimental to our health. But what we're also learning and what you're telling people today is that stress can also accelerate the aging process. Tell us how this happens.
This is what's so unusual about this book compared to other books on stress out there. We've been hearing forever that stress can make us sick. What I have found through many really solid research studies is that stress can actually also make us old, all the way down to our cells.
So tell us how that happens. How does that work?
Inside each of our cells is a nucleus, and inside that nucleus are our chromosomes. Think of two worms crossed in the middle. On those chromosomes is our DNA, all of our genetic information. At the ends of those chromosomes, to protect them, are little caps. Just like these caps protect the end of this shoelace so that it doesn't fray. We don't want any damage happening to our actual DNA. Those caps are called telomeres. What happens every time a cell divides, and not every cell divides, but skin cells divide, blood cells divide, every time it divides, that telomere gets a little bit shorter. And many scientists look at that as a marker of biological aging. In other words, stress is the new biological clock.
Interesting. And so do we have the ability to slow down the process of these telomeres shrinking? And even more so, do we have the opportunity to potentially lengthen these telomeres to, I guess, in theory, reverse the aging process?
That's a really revolutionary finding, the fact that through lifestyle behaviors, things we eat, things we do, we can actually lengthen our telomeres and thus not just slow down our aging, but actually reverse our aging. Some of the interventions I discuss in the book are social support is a huge one in terms of reducing stress and slowing cellular aging. Exercise is amazing. Exercise can actually even bring new brain cells into your brain, which is what I think about when I'm on my treadmill. Different things that we eat or don't eat, the way that we eat actually has an effect on the length of our telomeres. Whether we're optimistic or pessimistic also has an influence on the length of our telomeres.
So interesting, one of the concepts you talk about in the book is perceived stress. And obviously the more stress we have, the more difficult and wearing it is on these telomeres, and the less we have obviously helps with slowing down the aging process. So talk to us about perceived stress a little bit.
There's really no such thing as objective stress. Basically, what stress is about is how I look at a situation, how you look at a situation, and the really good news about the fact that there is a link between stress and actual aging is the fact that the answer, the antidote, lies in our hands because we can alter our perceptions. And I present many interventions in the book that show people how they can alter their perceptions and slow down their own aging.
Great. And I saw some of these in the book. You provide some tests at the beginning of each chapter, which people can take, which obviously helps them measure their level of perceived stress and also gives them some tools to help them work on this as well.
Right. Every single chapter starts off with a test. There's a test to see your level of social support, to see your level of perceived stress, to see your level of debt stress, even to see how resilient you are. And what readers can do is they can take their scores from all these tests, put them together, come up with a stress profile, and then it's in their hands. It's in their hands, their bodies, their minds, as far as figuring out a way to change their perception so they can slow down aging.
So you're not just telling people you need to go on a diet or you need to spend less money. You give them a chance to sort of customize, I guess, their own program. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Control is crucial to reducing stress. We feel stressed when we're out of control. So what I aim to do, unlike many books that try and give you a strict regimen to follow, is I provide choices. All of them are good choices, and it's up to readers to decide which ones fit their lifestyles and their way of thinking.
I think that's terrific, and I think that's something that's extremely valuable for them to have. You know, one other quick question. You know, there are so many people out there who are, you know, maybe perceived as snake oil salesmen on reversing the aging process. Tell us your thoughts on you know, what's out there, the hormone therapies and other actions that people can take that supposedly reverse the aging process.
Most of those I have not done a thorough investigation, but they really are snake oil salesmen, honestly. There's no quick fix involved. You can't drink cases of wine and get a lot of resveratrol and turn your aging around. You can't be popping growth hormone. Who knows what that's doing to your body? What we have to really learn to do is to trust ourselves. That is so important. And it's something that midlife women, who I am addressing much of this book to, we really know that it's important to trust ourselves. And the interventions I provide permit people to do that, to make their own choices and decide how to alter their own lifestyles.
Well, Thea, I think you've given us some great information, and I think that you've got a book here that will be very valuable to anybody who reads it, not just women, and I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much.